Shalom and welcome to our study of Shearim B'Tfilah, the wonderful book on the various words used to describe different types of tfilah. We are studying Rina, almost done with Rina, which is praying to God out of a sense of joy. And one interesting question that Rabbi Pincus brings up, which is not his original question, as he himself notes, and that is how are we how is it possible for the Torah, for our tradition, to demand that we be joyful when we pray? Either we're joyful or we're not joyful. It's not something that you can turn on or turn off. And he notes, "V'kvar hikshu hakadmonim kushazo al mitzvot ahava v'yirah." Others, earlier people, have asked this question regarding the mitzvah to love God or to fear God. Shehein mitzvot aseh gemurot. Those are absolute positive mitzvot requirements. How can our tradition command that we love God or fear God if that is not coming naturally? And he says the answer is, and it applies to tefillah as well, as I will explain, v'tirtzu, שהמצווה היא לעשות מעשים המביאים לידי אהבה ויראה. We have to do things that bring us to love God or to be in awe of God. And then he quotes the Rambam, who famously said, what is the proper pathway for us to gain or to achieve love of God or fear of God? When we take stock of creation, haniflaim hagedolim, the wonders of creation, v'yiremehem chachmato she'ein la erech v'lokates miyadu ohevu mishabeach mifaer mitavet tava gedola leida Hashem hagadol. Once we look at the world, we will love God and we will want to know more about God. And the same thing when it comes to awe of God. And then he says, "Umemele zohi gam chiyuv hasimcha," and so it is with the obligation to serve God with joy. She'im ha'ava v'yirat tavoa gam hasimcha v'hechrech. If we could achieve love of God and awe of God by contemplating the world, so we could achieve simcha similarly, in a similar way. Shezohi tchunat hanefesh b'tiv'ah kasher hi deveka l'kedusha. Our natural state is to love God and to fear God and to be besimcha and to be joyous because we recognize the world around us, the wondrous world around us, all the miracles and wonders that God does for us, and that should bring us to simcha. So if one finds themselves not in a sense of simcha, not in a mood of joy, then we have to go ahead and take steps so that we can actually achieve that joy. And that is what we are supposed to do when we pray. And Rabbi Pincus notes as follows, Uskula atzuma hizu kasher adam b'tzara v'sharei bracha sugurim lefanav shitbonein birov tovotav yitbarach. Rabbi Pincus here takes this a step further and challenges us. He says, when should we try to achieve simcha? Exactly at the time when we are feeling down, when we are feeling the weight of the world on our shoulders. Then we should dig deep to try to find something to be joyous about, something to be happy about. And he quotes the Mesilat Yesharim in the 8th chapter of Mesilat Yesharim. He says, there's no such thing as a person who cannot find something to be joyous about. Now, I don't want to underplay how difficult this is, and the reality that people are often really suffering in their lives. And I do not want to suggest that it is easy to find joy. But Rabbi Pincus is suggesting is that the way to serve God with joy, when we can't find it, obviously, is to consider our life. And even in the hard times of our life, are there things we could be joyous about? Doesn't mean we're supposed to ignore the bad things or not take care of those things, but at the same time also try to find some joy, try to find something to be besimcha about. It could help, of course, our tefillah, and of course, in these situations, it could help our overall attitude in life. And that is Rabbi Pincus's suggestion, his idea of how to go about davening besimcha. Sometimes we have to take some time to think about it. And even when when we're really struggling, there could be great rewards. Even we could find a little bit something to be joyous about. And I hope that despite whatever difficulties any of us may be involved in and may be experiencing, we are still able to find things that are make us joyous and things that we are happy and feel blessed to have in our life. Have a wonderful day.